Located on the FDOT ribbon under the Pay Items Tools section is an application called Place Block Group. Place Block Group is used to place single blocks or multi-message blocks such as pavement messages at once under control of the tool. To use, start with the Block Group tab, select the middle search button. The Pay Item database opens. Browse to your designated block. A preview opens. Select your offset distance from the entity that you will choose to place it. Select Enable Grouping if you're placing more than one block for easy editing. Switch to the Location tab and select the entity to use for placing the blocks. You can select a line, polyline, alignment, even an XREF entity. I've selected an alignment. You see the alignment name appears. The default is the entire distance of the alignment. If you want to type in a range for beginning and end, you can do so, or you can select drawing the beginning and end range. There is a buffer distance, and that determines the distance from the beginning or distance from the end where the object starts or ends. For spacing, you can do increment, once, even, max spacing, endpoints, each vertex. In this instance, we want to do an increment, and we want to do 40 foot on center, and this is from the center of the block. For angle, we want to leave it at relative, but you also have absolute and perpendicular choices. From here, you can select Place Block if all your selections are made. Select the side of the entity that you've selected, and your blocks will be drawn. If I select one and zoom out, you can see it is a group that was placed. If I want to place the block on each vertex, that option, when selected, grays out the placement range choices. Have to select the object and go back to the block group tab. I want to change the offset to 0 and hit place blocks. And as you can see, it places blocks on each vertex at each bend of the line. To place a multi-pavement message, you will toggle on the top and bottom block placeholders and select the Browse button to open the Pay Item database, and we will browse to the messages and symbols, and we will place a right turn only. So going from top to bottom, now I have a preview of the block message that I want to place. I can change the offset 12 feet, and doing this you have upstream and downstream spacing, and that is going to be measured from the center of the middle block. So I'll change 30 upstream and 30 downstream. I will leave grouping enabled. Go to the Location tab. I will select the entity that I want to place off of, and I want to change the spacing to once. And when I change it to once, you can see that the end option has been grayed out because I'm placing it once. It wants to know where. So at this point I can type in a station range or select in a file, which I'm going to do. As you can see, a jig, and it gives you station readout also. So I'm going to left click, and I'm going to place block and select the side of the entity. Another option that is available with Place Block Group tool, I can unhighlight the top and bottom message part. I can select the Browse button, and I can go and I can browse for custom blocks, which will open up a window that you can browse through your system files to use your custom blocks for other files. It's not necessarily solely used for the pay item database blocks.